Hey, Ezra. So exciting news. You just told me that recently you guys at Boom, or we at Boom, passed the 100 million mark.
100 milli, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. 4 years later, 98 million more. It was good. It was dope. I'm happy about it. I'm here for it. I can't complain. I started on a couch, working a full-time job, staying up super late, trying to learn SEO, slanging wigs off the floor of a New York City 300 square foot apartment with a bathroom in the kitchen. And so I've been doing it. And so, to get this far and have a brand that didn't take on any debt, get this far is it's pretty amazing. And it shows what's possible if you're out there doing it, if you're clanging and banging, if you're showing up every day with a positive attitude, taking the next step you can take, surrounding yourself with the right people, asking for help when you need it, making good products, having a good time, serving the world and your customers, and trying to make a profit.
So we're going to share 5 lessons from Ezra today on, really how he grew Boom to 100 million. But as we thought this would be a good episode to start the year off with, because people are planning, they're creating their goals for the year. I have a quick question before we dive into your lessons. Was 100 million a goal of yours, or was it something that just happened?
So I'm trying to make 100 million liquid in a bank account. I want 100 million after taxes of my own money, which, by the way, to think about this for a second, I'll tell you why I want 100 million, but I've had the goal of 100 million for maybe 10 years, my own financial goal. And you got to think about it like this, right? Let's say, for example, Boom paid me $1 million last year. Okay. Let's say $1 million in profit from the company was paid to me, just as an example. Well, in order for the company to have $1 million to pay me in profit, it needs to, let's say, sell $10 million in merchandise. And then half of that goes cost of goods sold. So there's only 5 million in profit left. But then let's say 2.5 million goes to ads. Now there's 2.5 million in profit left. But then let's say 500,000 of that goes to salary and overhead and stuff like that. So now you got 2 million in profit on that 10 million in sales. And then 1 million of that's got to stay in the company for, buying future inventory and having money to operate. And then 1 million can get paid out to me. And then of that 1 million that gets paid out to me, I'm at a 50% tax rate because I don't make enough money to get the tax breaks of the super rich, and I make too much money to get the tax breaks of the middle class and lower economic spectrum. So I get taxed 50 cents on the dollar. So in order for me to get $500,000 to spend on my American Express, the company's got to pay me $1 million. So now I'm talking about, I want $1 million
in your pocket,
which means I need to get paid 200 million, which means I probably got to make maybe $1 billion plus in revenue. Or I got to sell some companies, right? Because true wealth is created through asset liquidation, not through cash flow businesses, right? If you're talking about liquid cash, which is a whole separate conversation. But, the goal with Boom, I always thought it could be a multi-$100 million company per year. So to cross $100 million in revenue is really wonderful, but that's over a 4.5-year period. Now in 2020, we'll do 31 point some odd million. So on my way. I think, by 2025, I want Boom to be doing about 100 million a year with maybe 20 million in EBITDA, which is profit. So yeah, I aim big. That's one of my skill sets in life is I see the big picture and I'm willing to hold a big vision. And, that's one of the things that I'm good at. And So the answer is yes, I had this goal and I'm happy that we crossed it. And I could tell you about why I want 100 million, but that's not what we're here for.
Maybe we'll do that on a not business someday, Ezra. Well, you're well on the way, and it's so inspirational, I know, for myself and everybody listening. And even if you guys don't specifically have the goal of your company doing $100 million, maybe this year you want to do $100,000. Maybe you're looking to cross the million mark for the first time. I know that these lessons are going to be applicable to all of us.
Yeah, for sure. And let me just also tell you, hey, I always say this, frankly, marketing is not that hard. And what I do is really simple. And I have been doing the same since 2005. I've been an e-commerce merchant since 2005 when it was just me, solopreneur, and my wife. And I was Betsy, the wig lady. I was doing customer support and I was the coder and I was the graphic designer and I was the advertiser and I did every role. And so I've been doing the same stuff, and it's the basics win ball games. It's if you do the basics well, forget about the whiz bang fancy tactics that we teach in TMTP. I mean, don't forget about them. Go buy the course and all that. But honestly, I don't like when people say honestly, by the way, because it implies that other times you're not being honest. So I'm trying to get rid of that out of my vocabulary, but it's in there for some reason. But what I'm saying is what I'm about to go over will seem simple to you, but simple is the basics work. Simple works. And if you just do the simple stuff consistently and effectively, you will be successful. And all I do is simple stuff. It really is simple, but I do it at scale. and I continually get better at it. And I surround myself with people to help me, like Molly Pittman, who can help me with areas where they're experts. Like Molly's a super expert in advertising and sales funnel and sales funnels and messaging and hooks and, human psychology as it relates to marketing. And so it's like, I'm doing simple stuff, and I'm going to take you through these things that I call the big dominoes, that are my 2021 plans. So you can see, by the way, these are the plans for Smart Marketer, which is our smallest company, Zipify, which is our medium-sized company, and Boom, which is our big company. So same plans for all of them. We're doing the same stuff.
And Ezra, I will say, looking back on 2020, really since I fully came on board, I was looking at this year and thinking, wow, it's been a crazy year. Everybody's going all crazy. It's really intense. And in a lot of ways, it has been for me. But this has been one of the happiest years in my life, and one of the years with the least amount of anxiety. And I think one of the reasons for that is working with you and realizing that we can achieve these huge successes, but still keep it really simple. I think throughout my life, I've thought, to make it, I've got to hustle. It's got to be very complicated. And that's simply not the case. And you're such a great example of that.